Here we are at the Puyallup Landing, which is the completion of the Battle of Puyallup 2018. We're here with
Solana Booth. My mother's association is the Chieftain George family from the Rita Anderson Ortiz of the Joe Ortiz of the Mohawk Bay Quint. And my dad's people are the Metlakatla Simpson people. They were refugees from Metlakatla, British Columbia, the Raven clan. So my clan is the White Owl House of the Wolf. So
that comes from
Chieftain George. So he was, his family is the clan. It's not the whole tribe. It's not like open to others like that. So the clan is about bestowing peace.
Can you tell us a little bit about this year's journey?
Yeah, I can tell you my experience. So my work is intergenerational historical trauma and helping, making sure that my granddaughter's granddaughter is in a good way. So I have to reconcile some knowingness within me because of what happened to my ancestors the last 540 years. I do perinatal, prenatal work, somatic archaeology, brain spotting, like different healing modalities, using historical trauma as the catalyst to figure out what's going on. It could be injuries, it could be diabetes, it could be cancers, it could be, we use biodetecting, physiological, social relationships within us, and we're all related, like that. So indigenous epistemology is my thing.
So then when you talk about canoe journey, then the canoe journey is actually helping with that altering of that DNA.
It is. It's not just altering, it's interrupting this trauma cycle. That's what it's doing. So the teachings that I have are from Chief Frank Nelson. He passed in 2014. Chief Edgar Charlie, he passed in 2014. Chief Howie Chada, he's skippering. I was taught for 10 years by them. So the old way, those were the guys that pulled the sacred canoes during the secret time. They weren't supposed to. In the middle of winter, they would pull their canoes, out to the Vancouver Islands when the Coast Guard was too afraid to be out in the water. They did that. They took care of our canoes, and so I learned from them. And when they passed, that's the year my son was born, I decided I can't be with another canoe family. I need my own canoe. I'm going to work on myself and different healings, and I'm going to take care of my own canoe family. So a week and a half ago, I get a call saying, I have a 26-footer for you. It's never been in the water, and you have to name her. You have to fix her up. And I'm like, and then they said, I have a trailer. And I'm like, I'm on it. I just came back from Mount Hood Sundance and went straight to pick it up as soon as I could. Friday night, worked on it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Trailered it to Suquamish. Wednesday, pulled out Thursday. All my crew is green. Everyone's green. Everyone. No one has been in our vessels like that. No one has been in these instruments. So the teachings that I like to talk about are how women have been birthing in fear for the last 540 years. And when we talk about the directions, when we talk about the powers, the heart and the mind, and women, we have our womb. We can create life, right? We can sustain life up here. We take care of ourselves so we can take care of each other, right? Like Mother Earth does for us. So just all those relationships comes down to relationships. So when I'm in the canoe and I'm skippering, taking care of my family like that, I tell them the stories, the teachings, I sing the songs, and it's interrupting these traumas. These waters, the ancestral highways, they've been calling us for a long time. And everyone's green. That's awesome, because, that's what I want. I want people that are being called. So my children are all in the canoe. They sit in the front because, they can't quite dig and pull. So, yeah, my granddaughter is not going to be in the canoe, but, we still pray for her.
So what is the interpretation of the name of your canoe?
Not good. Her name is Nakuds Nulak Suida, and Nakud's Nu is mother's heart. Suida is of the ocean, so mother's heart of the ocean. So when we talk about interrupting the trauma cycle, all we have to do is interrupt with a story, with a song, and our inner ancestors, they wake up. We don't have to do much. We don't even have to be open. The fact that I'm saying this and you're hearing it, if there's something going on, I'm interrupting that. Your ancestors are hearing, no matter what color you are. I have clients from Kenya, from Germany, straight off the boats. It's just about being human. It's about the first relationships, that authentic peace or love or, whatever it is that draws you. So.
Can you feel that amongst your canoe? You're saying they were green, but spiritually they're going this way and they're ripening from the inside out?
They are.
Do you feel that?
They are, yeah. We've, even though we only been pulling for a few days, we had to go through the ferry traffic. We had to go through the wakes of the traffic going through Seattle. We went way over. Our bow was like, and they have to trust the skipper. They have to listen, right? And right away, it's about circling up. It's about telling them my teachings, introducing my ancestors like that. And then I ask them who their people are, so that we're all aware that it's not me. It's not about me. If I'm radically humble, which is my favorite thing to be, then you're going to know who my ancestors are. You're going to know that I'm speaking for my granddaughter's granddaughter right now, that they're going to know about me because I'm speaking to them like that, in this way. I want to know who your people are. If you don't know, they're in you anyways. It comes out, your attributes, your behavior. We modify our behaviors according to our epigenetics, according to what we're doing. It wakes them up. So also I have first foods in my canoe, because the epigenetics. So.
Can you talk more about that?
Yeah. So I started my first foods pre-contact intake for myself back in December, and I had a first foods feast. It's part of my quad series of documentaries. I'm finishing a Native American Alaskan Native birth stories because of the creation, because all people have creation stories. All people have humble beginnings like that in the womb, Mother Earth. If you were born, you're sacred. If you can create life, you're sacred. It's one and the same. And the foods, they wake up our inner ancestors, because our guts produce 3 times more neurotransmitters than our brain does. And Native people in particular, we have that mutant gene, or it's called mutant gene. So if we're not part of a collectivist culture, we get depressed. And we have symptoms of historical trauma. We have symptoms of post-colonial contact or whatever. All people have those symptoms. All people have somatic spoilage, and those behaviors come out too. But with first foods, I mean, whatever nation you are, if you eat one of your first foods, it just wakes you up. It does, like it just takes your breath away, and that's how you got to survive your first ways. That's what your ancestors did. So all of it, harvesting in a good way, foraging, just pre-contact. I mean, even saying that sounds funny, but basically it's, so no peanuts, no almonds, and then it's per my regions, per my Mohawk, Chieftain George family, Tsimshian nations, like those foods. And then because I have my 4 children, and they're from the Pawnee, Lakota, Dakota, then I allow some of their foods, too. So like blue rice and corn, or blue rice and buffalo. Yeah, so I don't go overboard, and sometimes I don't eat because I don't have my food, and I'm not going to starve to death. And I just say, you know what? Probably like 200, 300, 400 years ago, these moms, they fed their babies. These moms, they took care of their ways, and maybe the men were out hunting, or maybe she had to go harvest the next day. And that's good, It's all about the relationships. I know my creations, I know my stories, I didn't grow up like that, so it's been a lot of work in learning these ways and being able to interpret. So as a storyteller, it's not just memorizing a story and hearing it time after time. It's about looking at the trees and knowing that they remember. They talk to the salmon. Salmon talk to them. They share that, we feel that. It's about looking at the water and knowing that that's inside of us. We want to move the water, we take deep breaths like that, the wind. So just all the different relationships is